Hi everybody, we're going to make some strawberry jam today. Do you know the difference between jam and jelly? Jelly is the clear, no fruit in it, toast or bread spread. But the jelly has, the jam has pieces of fruit in it. And a lot of people like that. A lot of people like the jelly that is just clear with no fruit in it. But this strawberry has a lot of fruit in it, and I'm going to show you how to do it the way I do it and give you some tips on how you can do it a little bit differently. So here we go. Oh, I was going to show you my kitchen. This is my kitchen. It's not as functional as the other one, but you know, it's bigger, but it's not as functional. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do this. So first off, I got a package of frozen strawberries. And this is 2.5 pounds, and it was 9 cups of strawberries. Now, the recipe that I'm following calls for just 8 cups. So I put in a little bit more sugar, 3/4 cup sugar, because that's what it came to when I did the math. And it's going to be just fine. An extra little bit more jelly, big deal, jam. So I cut them down into littler pieces because I like a lot of little pieces in my jam. Good Lord, help me out. So that's what I did, is I cut them down. But if you want larger pieces in your jam, then cut them bigger. Not down to an inch size is about what I did. But cut them bigger, or if you want really big pieces, leave them whole. And you can do that because you're making your own jam. Okay, so we have to smash them down, and they're also easier to do when they're cut up. Here, let me do this quick and I'll show you. Notice how I'm just kind of, I don't know, getting all over the place. And turn it around a little bit. Okay. That's what it's supposed to look like, with pieces of fruit just smashed down a little bit so it makes a juice. And this is what I use. A little masher, potato masher or masher, and that's just what I use to mash it up. Okay, there's a debate about how much pectin to use, so we're going to see how this turns out. So this is the pectin. It's Certopectin. It's still available in the stores. It costs about $5, so it's not that bad. And it comes in 2 little packets. Well, according to the directions on the box, it says for 8 cups of strawberries, I need to use both packets. So I'm going to take their word for it since they made it. And so that's what I'm going to do, take their word for it. If I put in too much pectin, all that happens is your jam or jelly is a little bit stiffer. But it won't hurt the taste any. It won't bother the texture much. It'll just make it a little bit stiffer, a little bit more solid. Okay. So how's everybody doing out there? Oh, you know, this is great. I got moved and got away from that rotten management over there. But our apartment is a little bit bigger, and it's more like home. It's a nice floor plan, so I'm really happy about that. Okay, and then you put in just a little bit of butter. I have margarine. And then I like to use a wooden spoon because sometimes a metal spoon will give off a flavor. I don't know if it will. I don't know how acidy it is. Like tomatoes are super acidy. If you use a wooden spoon in there, it can give a tinny taste to your tomatoes. So this shouldn't, but I just use a wooden spoon anyway. So we're supposed to stir this up and turn the heat on. So this is what it looks like. And we'll turn the heat on. Okay. What's it say? Medium high or high? High. Stirring constantly. Till the mixture comes to a full rolling boil. So we better turn this up. Here we go, here we go, here we go. So I don't want to get political, so I don't know really what else to talk about because everything's political now. Isn't it crazy? Everybody hates everybody else, and there's so much hatred around. And it's like, chill out, everybody. Okay, that's my take on it. Everybody take a chill pill. Step back and think about it for a second. That's my advice to both sides. So, anyway. This is sizzling away on the bottom. I must have had some water on the bottom. I wonder how long this is going to take to boil. Don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. A little experiment. So I was going to show you. It's hard to find the canning jars now because they're just not really available. I did see them at Walmart, but I wasn't willing to pay the price. So I got these. These are Anchor Hocking, and they're good. They'll handle the heat, and they got nice fitting lids on them. And then I can just put them in the freezer. You can put them in the fridge. The freezer, they'll stay good for 8 to 10 months. But they'll stay in the fridge for quite a long time, too. So, yeah. So that was 12, and that was 5, so that's 17. So I spent $17 on this because I got the strawberries from somebody. They didn't know what to do with it, and I'm like, strawberry jelly. And they're like, okay, go for it. So I got some free strawberries. Let me see. It seemed like it was starting to boil a little bit. That's why I started to stir it. See? Kind of looking like tomato soup, but it's going to taste a whole lot better than tomato soup. It'll taste sweeter than tomato soup. I make a pretty mean tomato soup. Yeah, I got to keep stirring it because the bottom, it'll burn on the bottom. And, you know, it's the same thing. Once you get that burn taste in there, you're done for. You cannot unburn it. That's why I say add stuff slowly, too, because you can always add more, but you can't take out. And if you over flavor something, you could ruin the dish. I ruined a dish when I was first married and trying to impress the in-laws. And I made lasagna, and I made homemade spaghetti sauce. And I put in too much sugar in it. You're supposed to just put a little bit in it to cut the acid. And I put a whole bunch, or like twice as much, and it was sweet, and it tasted terrible. Oh, well. Young cook, what am I going to do? But my mom had a bakery and catering business, so everybody expected me to be able to cook and decorate and do all that stuff, which I could, but When it's expected, it's not fun. You know, not fun when it's expected. Okay. See, it's starting to boil a little bit. It's supposed to get to a rolling boil, and I'm going to show you what a rolling boil looks like. Better keep stirring it. I can feel it kind of, not burning, but sticking to the bottom a little bit. Kind of grainy, it feels like. Oh, I'm sorry I'm running out of things to talk about. Did I tell you that I lost my job at the nursing home because I was too slow? Bite me, I thought. In fact, I said bite me, and that's considered like assault. And so I didn't get any unemployment money. Isn't that great? So if you get fired and it's unfair, just shut up, take it, and walk out the door. Yeah. I should have. I told her to shove it, and that's not cool. Sure felt good, though. Like when I got fired from Walmart. You know, you're screwed up when you get fired from Walmart. But it was because I was chewing gum and talking and stuff. And they were really strict about that kind of thing. So, but I walk out the door, walk away, flying the bird with both hands and going, see you later. So then I go back to see if I can work part-time there. Like, you know, what's this, like 8 years later? No, they don't want me there. Okay, whatever. It's Walmart. So this is a rolling boil. See how it's just bubbling and bubbling, kind of rolling. That's what's called a rolling boil. So that's what we wanted to get it to. And then we're going to add the sugar all at once. So this was almost a whole bag, 4-pound bag of sugar. So you would need to get a whole bag of sugar to make this. Just want to let you know so you don't think you got enough when you really don't. Okay, you got to stir this kind of carefully to get it all in there. I didn't turn the heat down because it needs to come to a boil again. So I kind of wanted to keep the heat up. And the sugar seems to be melting pretty good. Okay. So we get it to a rolling boil again. And then it does a rolling boil for 5 minutes. For 1 minute. 5 minutes. Hello. I wonder how stiff it'd be if we cooked it for 5 minutes. I bet it would not be so good. Okay, rolling boil, rolling boil. So my lease is up. I got to buy my car or turn it in. Has anybody done a lease? It's kind of a screw. The only good thing really that I got going on is the body's in real good shape. The tires are in good shape, but they're a little worn. But it's only got 20,000 miles on it, and it's 3 years old. So I don't know. So I'm thinking about buying it because there's only like 11,000 on there, and I'm not going to get a 3-year-old car with 20,000 on it for 11,000 bucks. They're going for like 20,000 bucks, you know, so I don't have that kind of money. But it's tempting to buy the car and then turn around and sell it, pay off the bank. That's only 11,000, and pocket the rest buy a decent car. There's a nice car lot around here that does a good job. I don't know. I'm thinking about all this stuff. How do I come out smelling like a rose? Oh, shoot. That's funny. So this is what it looks like. It's getting foamy on top. I'm supposed to get the foam off of it with a wooden or metal spoon. So we'll see how that goes. I guess I better get a bowl to put that foam in. Da, 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 da. So I'm trying a new ladle. It's hard to find ladles now because I guess people just don't make soup like they used to, or gravies or whatever. Well, gravy, that'd be a big batch. But this is supposed to heat to 450 degrees, which I don't have a candy thermometer on, or it doesn't call for it, so I'm not sure how hot it is, but it is boiling. And then this is a bamboo handle. We'll see how that goes. I'm going to critique it. Do my review. Okay, it's doing a rolling boil again. So let it go for 1 minute. Yep. So we got a bunch of bread, and this is bread baking season. And, this would be really good on some homemade bread or some fresh bakery buns or toast. Just bread, whatever. It's good. It's so good. Holy smoke. See, you got to use a big pot. See, I used a big pot for this. And it is full. Oh my goodness, I'm going to try to stir that down. It's not stirring down, and it's hot. Okay. Take it off the heat. It's really boiling, so I'm going to let it just cool off for a minute. And I'll see about cleaning off some of that foam. I don't see how I'm going to clean all that off. Because it's just foamy. I don't want to take my little strawberries out. Okay, I didn't think this through. I did not think this through. So we're improvising now. I think I'm gonna have to move Mr. and Mrs. Play-Doh. That does not work. Okay, so can you see that? Okay, I'm going to take out, I'm just going to stir it up. And I'm just going to pour it slowly into the dish. And it's about 2 of these, it looks like. Yeah, that's about 2/3 full. And I think that's about good enough. We'll see how far this goes. I don't have any other containers. This is all I have. This little ladle is working out pretty good. I didn't even get the bamboo handle in the in the jam at all. Okay, I'm turning it around. I've got it on a pan because you really do not want to handle these when you're putting the jam or jelly into the jar or whatever you're using, because it'll be hot. And, you know, like I poured this in real slowly in case it was going to break. You do not want that in your hand when it goes to break. You do not. You will burn. And also, this is something you want to do alone. Don't have your kids around. No husbands, girlfriends, anything. Well, girlfriends tend to pay attention and not burn themselves. uh, Boy, I'm running out of pieces of strawberry. I'm going to have a bunch left over. Golly. And I don't have any more containers. I'm going to have to figure something out. Okay, I'm going to fill these all up a little bit more because I got a bunch of jam left over. So I guess that's a lesson to learn. Always get more containers than you think you're going to need. And sterilize them. And to sterilize them, you can just put them through the dishwasher. That'll sterilize them good enough. Just, you know, be careful and don't stick your fingers in it and stuff like that because you want to keep it as clean as possible. And keep them kid fingers away. Kids. Okay, I think this is going to work out pretty good. Okay, I think I'll make sure this doesn't, this is also anchor hocking, so it shouldn't break. Doesn't look like it's gonna. Okay, so I got 6 containers and one of these little cups. That's quite a bit out of strawberries. It was 9 cups of strawberries that I had. That's why I add a little bit more sugar. And see, when I said I could feel something on the bottom, it was burning a little bit on the bottom. But see, this isn't bad. This isn't bad because it didn't, it's kind of brown, light brown. It didn't let off a flavor because I couldn't smell it burning. If I'd have smelled it burning, I would have known, yeah, it's ruined. But, okay, these are super hot now, so I let them sit out for a while. And you see I put them on a pan so I don't touch them because they're hot. Let them sit out for a while and get cool because you do not want to put them in the freezer or fridge when they're this hot because they're going to melt what you've got in there. And did you know that if you put hot stuff in the fridge or in the freezer, you warm it up enough that you can melt stuff, you can get stuff spoiling faster, and it's just, you don't want to put hot stuff in the fridge. Okay, so that's how you make strawberry jelly. If you want the instructions and the recipe and the instructions, let me know. DM me. You can Venmo me. I mean, I charge. This one would be like $3 or $4. You know, it's going to be cheap. Depends on how much time it takes for me to prepare it to send it out. Because I'm just starting to do the recipes, sell the recipes because people want them. And also what I'm going to sell is one-on-one video time if you want to learn how to cook something or bake something. If you need to learn how to do a meal, we can do that on a Zoom video. And just anything, you know, questions are free. If you want to send me questions in the inbox, DM me, that's fine. You can send your questions. Those are free. And so there we go. So I look forward to talking to you again, and happy Halloween, everybody. Take care.